The address is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie. Here's Devon Achane. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Ready. Out.
A shotgun snap for Tua. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Tua and his old Bama teammate Waddle for the Dolphin first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Second and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. From the gun, here's Tua. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Once again, it's Achane. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
Go ahead.
Throwing is Tua. He pulls it in around the 5. And this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a first down as they're able to get the conversion and set up first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Here's Achane. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up second and goal. One more time, it's Achane. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and goal. To throw is Tua. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get...
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Miami. The PAT up and good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. That's Bradley Chubb. They're on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Just seems like the quarterback and the wide receiver just aren't quite on the same page. That's a throw we've seen them make time and time again throughout the year. And on this one, just a little bit off.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get the... Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. But this is taken in by a teammate. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run here with Hall. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Jair Alexander up from the secondary to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Now a 3rd and 2. In motion, Lamb. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down. He'll go again with Hall. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. To the outside, looked in by Lamb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got it at the 7. And he's going to be taken down.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up first and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. They send a receiver in motion left. And he's in. Touchdown, New York. His 12th touchdown of the year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Tua gonna throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
All right, come on.
Tua gonna give it to Achane. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Third down and 9. Tua. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Second down and 3.
Ready.
On the ground is Achane. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to Miami after this. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
All right.
A run up the middle with Achane. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Now it's Tua. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Throwing on third down, Tungo Vailoa. Ah, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And we will not see a return on this one. as it will be marked down. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And this will be tracked down and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Mustafa. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts.
First rule of backed up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
So, 1 touchdown apiece for our 2 teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we head north to Orlando, we're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. This is fielded inside the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
It's 1st down, and it's Hall. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That's good for 27 and a first down. A give. Here's Hall. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. In motion, Lamb. And that is not going to work out as planned. A tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. Here now, 3rd and 5. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Kevin Stefanski going to turn to his field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Jets will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Job number 1 on this drive. Find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
21G, 21G.
Now Tua. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected.
Good. Turbo 1, high. Hey, 21 TX.
Back to throw is Tua. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
At
the 23-yard line.
Hey, 20 TX. Out.
Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
By Chris Jenkins. A loss of 12 brings up 3rd down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Watson, Oscar. Out.
Here's Tagovailoa. Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Fortunate that was not worse for the offense. The pressure's on. They knock it out of the quarterback's hands. but only a safety instead of the defense getting a touchdown.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, Mike, you always have that clock in your head, but that clock has to speed up even quicker when you find yourself dropping in your own end zone. And fortunately for them, that fumble doesn't lead to a touchdown, but instead results in the 2-point safety.
That is taken at the 10. First and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Tyke Smith there on the stop. Back to throw. To the outside, complete. It's Wilson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
On the give, it's Hall. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now on 1st and 10. A throw left side taken in by Wilson. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super concerned. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
2nd and a yard. Trying the left side, here's Hall. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Reese Hall, touchdown, New York. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Tua. That's caught left side by Ingram. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's taken in by Achane. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready. Ready, set.
Again, it's Tua. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
That's another Dolphins.
Tua to throw again. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll be second and goal.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
And he will score! Game on! Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. The extra point is good. And the Dolphins have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On the handoff, it's Hall running right. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. That's caught. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's Hall. Not much happening there. Just a short game. They put Wilson in motion. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal coming up They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. They'll run. It's Hall. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Reese Hall, touchdown Jets. 2 touchdowns for him in the game, and 60 on the year.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Makes the score Jets 26, Dolphins 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up for first and 10.
44. Ready. Out.
They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. That's caught left side by Hawkinson.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he'll take it on in. Come on, Achane. Touchdown, Miami. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Dolphins have cut the deficit to 5. They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. On the handoff, here comes Hall. On comes the punt team now for the Jets. as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Out.
From the gun, here's Tua. Open man, downfield, it's Hockenson. A gain there of 27 yards. Here's 1st down.
Ready.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
21G, 21G. Out.
A shotgun snap for Tua. He's going to take a shot down the field. That is incomplete with 1 second left on the clock.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd.
Turbo 1, high. Go ahead.
One last throw here for Tua. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So this one a win.